don't keep the fact that I love Canvas Curse a lot very well hidden. The same goes for speedrunning. Oh, and head pads too! Yay! Anyway, I bring this up because, despite being very puppy-coated and wearing my emotions on my sleeves, there are things that I like that I don't talk about much, like drawing. It's mostly because I don't draw often and pretty bad at it, but check out this Magolor that I drew. Not great, but very silly. I bring this up because, if you couldn't tell by the quality of my Magolor, I don't make my thumbnail art. My thumbnail artists, Clody and Bakbia, do amazing work. And not only are the thumbnails great, but they have to look at my references before they can start. So this came from this. Sounds insane, and kind of is, but they're able to do this through hard work, earning their skill. And, just like Canvas Curse reminds me, the same applies to speedrunning. Boy howdy, that probably sounds super forced. See, it all comes together in the end. I'm such a smart puppy. But before we actually get to talking about Canvas Curse and how the speedrun works, just a quick reminder that I'm ranking every single Kirby speedrun, or at least their any percents, all throughout August. If you could give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, not only would all of that really help me out, it would also help convince Bored to help the good cause and get us away from bad people, especially my arch nemesis, Captain Stitch. If you'd like to go the extra mile, consider becoming a pup train on Patreon, or join as a mempup on YouTube for nifty perks, including early access to all of the Kirby Month ranking videos. Special thanks to my head-patting Fluffle fan pup trains and mempups, Freakish Uproar, Lydia Scribe, and Vilifar. I love you all. So what is it about Kirby Canvas Curse that makes it so special? Well, similar to Rainbow Curse, which we talked about pretty recently, Canvas Curse has a remarkably unique control style that sets it apart from other games. The way it handles movement, how copy abilities work, combat, and dealing with enemies, it all comes together to give Canvas Curse one of the most unique feelings in the series. Now, obviously, this is amazing, but the fact that the game feels great to play is an even bigger boon. Even speaking casually, this game has some great pacing that helps keep things moving. Literally, unlike in Rainbow Curse, when you bash into an enemy, Kirby doesn't actually bounce backwards, they keep going forward. Oh, I love Rainbow Curse, but calling J. Oelicas does that really still annoy me. But sure, these are all things that make Canvas Curse a good game. Most of them even make it a good speed game. But you've seen the title and the thumbnail, or at least I hope you have. I'd be impressed if you were watching this video and you didn't. You know, considering I showed the thumbnail in the video earlier. What makes Canvas Curse's any percent speedrun art? And how does it remind me, a silly puppy, about that? To start, I want to, again, talk about the movement. Oh, puppy, you always want to talk about the movement, I'm sure someone is saying, but I can't help it, okay? Moving is fun. Not like buying a new house moving, but I mean, the basics are pretty simple to understand. Kirby's a ball, and to get Kirby to move quickly, you tap on the screen to make Kirby do a dash. Unlike Rainbow Curse, repeatedly tapping Kirby makes them go faster. So get ready to button mash! Yeah! This isn't the only way to speed Kirby up. Naturally defeating enemies makes Kirby go faster, for example, proving that violence is fast. But you're still best off tapping Kirby a bunch. That's reliable, unlike violence, and this proves that violence is never the best answer. Improving yourself is a much more viable alternative. I know this isn't a PSA, but still. But would you believe me if I said that wasn't even the fastest way to move around? I mean, I'd hope not, considering I've had footage playing in the background. You know, that'd be, kind of weird. The real fastest way of moving around is drawing a circle of ink around Kirby, then keeping that line going as long as you can. If you do it right, Kirby will move along that line of ink as if you're zooming at max speed. It is incredible to look at, and certainly gives the run an added challenge. I think even the most skilled of artists would have a tough time keeping this up. Oh shoot, you know what? It's a great challenge idea. You can get an amazing artist speedrun Kirby Canvas Curse. I'm such a sinister puppy. Of course, this isn't Rainbow Curse. Well, I think everything we talked about you can't do in Rainbow Curse, except for draw, of course. And have fun! Yay! Anyway, copy abilities are in this game, and they are really good. Wheel and Burning are, surprising nobody, maybe, the best abilities in the game. Wheel has the fastest consistent movement, no questions asked, while Burning can be made faster by using ink and is way better in the air. Other abilities can be pretty useful too. Stone is amazing for water, Needle is great for small bursts of speed, Ice keeps a consistently quick form of movement going. The abilities are just, they're so cool in this game and I love them all. Well, I guess I don't really like Beam all that much. It's actually very bad here, but just pretend I didn't say that last part, and everything is good! Yay! Canvas Curse, like me, is very silly in how abilities work. On a basic level, they're easy enough to understand. Just tap Kirby on the screen with an ability, and Kirby will wreak house. But after every level, you lose your ability. Yep, if you're having a blast with your favorite zoomies action with Burning, Wheel, whatever, if you finish a level, that's it. Ability gone. Poof! I think the game is designed around this pretty well, but I'm specifically talking the speedrun here, in a very rare moment of the series, because you lose your ability at the end of every level, you can just soft reset when you finish, and to be very specific here, Canvas Curse lets you skip the goal game in its entirety. You can just soft reset as soon as the goal game loads, and bam, you save time and don't have to stress over losing time on a bonus game that's supposed to be fun but actually just adds stress. Goal games seriously need their own video. Easily, they are the most fascinating part of Kirby speedrunning. Canvas Curse may not make you do the goal game, but it does have you use touch controllers. For the sake of the speedrun, aside from what we've already talked about, there's lots you use the touch reins for even still. Stunning enemies, lighting up dark rooms, blocking enemy attacks. This game really got inventive with what you can do with the stylus, and you don't wind up using any of that stuff. Yeah, as it turns out, when you're being optimal, you only really need to use optimal stuff. Crazy! Using ink to go fast is much better than using it to do anything else. You even use it to move down faster. The ink is seriously your best friend. But, okay, between the title and the thumbnail and something I said earlier, honestly forgot, whoopsie dips, you may be waiting for me to explain why this speedrun is, art. And it's because you get to draw funny things if you ever get downtime. Alright, fine, I'll stop being silly. I mean, not really, but it's only part of it. The actual reason is that, even though there are optimal strategies and objectives that you need to do well, there is so much variance in the moment-to-moment gameplay that you constantly have to adapt on the fly to and decide which one that you can do best. Every experience is personal, every experience is different, and every moment counts, is fun, exciting. Oh, I love speedrunning, everyone. You may be thinking, wise puppy, don't all speedruns work that way? And my answer is, yes! I just like Canvas Curse a lot, and this is always the game that reminds me of it for some reason. And now it's time for Fluffle Fans! It's Klaire Fluffle's speedrunning tip of the day. Yay! For Canvas Curse, it's a little hard to go over something I haven't kind of basically covered already, for the main game at least. See, throughout the levels, as I should have mentioned, but I kind of decided not to make this part a little better, there are boss fights that kind of play out like minigames. Cart Run and Paint Panic are fairly self-explanatory even on a casual state, but Block Attack tends to give a lot of people trouble, including me. Even the speedrunning puppy can be a struggling puppy. Anyway, in the nature of this being a speed run, you want to draw lines for Kirby to progress as quickly as you can. If Kirby hits an enemy, don't wait for Kirby to rebound. Heck, don't wait for Kirby to knock out the enemy to begin with. Get that line ready in advance for Kirby to progress forward. Now, of course, this is only after breaking blocks and stuff that could potentially get in your way with the stylus first. It kinda sounds complicated, it's a bit more involved than the other two for sure, but if you just stick to the mindset of Kirby destroys all in their path, and look at the footage, it should help you remember. And if you already think that because Kirby is a powerful little fella, well, they're a jolly fella first and foremost, so take that. But also, at least you have an advantage in learning Kirby Canvas Curse. That's more than you could say about some other people. This one wound up being like a little different from the other videos in this whole Kirby Month speedrun ranking shindig, but hey man, difference is okay. Video games as a medium are absolutely an art form, so it shouldn't be too surprising that a method of challenging yourself while playing them is an art form in and of itself. How you want to speedrun, how optimal you want to be, what category you want to run, heck, how much of a puppy you want to be while running, all things that influence this art for the better. Especially that last part. Now we'll be back to more standard style tomorrow. I mean, this wasn't really too far out of the ordinary, but it did kind of get a bit off track at the end, a tiny bit. It's just how Canvas Curse makes me feel, the speedrun especially, but it's okay. I gotta get work on those videos that are gonna be more normal tomorrow anyway, so... Oh, actually, I see my game is tomorrow. Have fun with that one. That's going to be non-traditional. Anyway, I have been Klaire. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you around. Bye-bye!